very happy from what we saw.
In their family homes.
In their family homes, yeah. But you've been?
Have I been?
Women being happy, being locked up in their homes in Afghanistan. One of the reasons I became a journalist, I find it quite emotional listening.
Now the tide of journalism is changing.
You're not doing journalism, Arab. Do me a bloody favour, mate. The attitude of these Talibros.
I don't agree with any of these things, of course, but...
Oh, bro, you're a Talibro and you put women in cages, don't you?
Didn't you say to a young girl back in your cage in one of your
clearly
videos?
sarcasm. Like it was.
Are you opposed to the radicalization of young children?
Of course.
This is from your trip entitled "The Young Taliban Train Me for War." The US State Department and the UK's Foreign Office could not be clearer. Do not travel to Afghanistan for any reason. Ever since the disastrous US withdrawal, media coverage has understandably focused on the rapid rollback of rights and the atrocious plight of women under Taliban rule. The Taliban, however, thinks we've got it all wrong. Taliban-linked social media accounts have been amplifying this promotional video, which aims to persuade US tourists to swap Cancun for Kabul.
We have one message for America. Welcome to Afghanistan.
I mean, looks like a beautiful country.
What's up, Yusuf?
Shoot, I want to go swimming with an AK. Why not?
And the American souvenir.
Oh, it's not even on safety right now.
Hey, yo.
10-pound Robin fat.
Probably worth reminding ourselves as we watch that promo video, it's now 1,396 days since the Taliban banned teenage girls from going to school. And
I mean, the Taliban has done wilder things. I mean, look, the reason why he can't show women or they can't show women is because, I mean, showing women's face or any body part in public or even in pictures or media. So, yes, I mean, even when they take pictures, that is forbidden. You're not allowed to show women at all on camera or in picture. So the Taliban is it's damn near part of their religion. They're going off their religious text that women are just supposed to be wrapped the hell up or burqa'd up.
136 days since the Taliban banned women from going to university. So is tourism really a viable means of reviving a desolate economy in a country scarred by decades of war? Was it just whitewashing the Taliban? A rising number of adventurous content creators, dubbed Talibros, think it's the former. Well, joining me now is Yalda Hakim, who's the presenter of The World on Sky News, and 3 YouTube.
And it is wild because women and girls are banned from secondary school and university, making Afghanistan the only country preventing females from education beyond 6th grade. And that is crazy. You know what? I'm going to have a wild argument for you guys later on.
Who've all spent time in Afghanistan. The Lebanese-American adventure traveler calls himself Arab, the travel YouTuber Harry Jagged, and the Canadian YouTuber Nolan Samur for the channel Seal on Tour. Well, welcome to all of you. Let me start with you, Arab, if I may. Do you want to give us your actual name, or is that the name you prefer to use?
I mean, I took over the word Arab across the majority of social medias by being called Arab. So I think that's a powerful responsibility, and we'll go by that name.
Okay, well, I want to play a clip that you gave the world. Let's take a look at this.
Got a big ass machine gun here.
Follow me along this journey as I sit with suicide bombers, generals, scholars, and the protectors of Sharia law as they try to convert me to a jihadi warrior for the next 7 days.
I think it's time. I think it's
Time for what?
I think it's time for Pledge Allegiance, my friend.
Pledge allegiance.
I need to give me one of those hats.
As I sleep in their homes by standing on my beliefs but respecting the culture, I will put all biases aside to document the Taliban from a perspective of humanity and earn respect amongst its elders.
Guys, this is insane. I'm surrounded by little kid Taliban.
I mean,
Women.
Dang, I ain't gonna lie though. It's weirdly, it's effed up, but I mean, it's wild because They're literally in military gear with fake little weapons and all that, you know, preparing for their jihadist lifestyle. Oof, that's tough.
No, this is insane. I'm surrounded by little kid Taliban.
Women are out in the streets. They're
Little
out and
baby
about. The
rocket
whole
launcher.
they don't have rights thing here. We've just learned that they have more rights than men.
Women can travel too.
Women can travel to Afghanistan, and women will be safe if they travel to Afghanistan.
What? Bruh. I'm sorry, but no. I mean, they'll be safe if they stay in the hotel. Like, sure. I mean, they'll be safe if they stay next to their man. Wrap the hell up. You damn right. Yeah, they'll be safe if then, but if not, you might as well send old girl back home, man. You might as well come by yourself, G.
So my question for you, Arab, and I say this with all due respect, but why on earth would you peddle such delusional, disingenuous crap to the world, given the statistics I just read out to you, which, by the way, I only know those statistics because Yalda, who was born in Kabul, actually promotes these figures on a regular basis.
And we may all be appalled, but remember, this is kind of our fault, you know, due to, destabilizing the region back in the early 2000s. So let's remember, guys, it's kind of our fault.
To update the world about what is actually happening to women there. So my question for you is, why be part of the Taliban's propaganda machine? What's in it for you?
You know, it's easy to look at it from just a single perspective, but as travelers, as travel YouTubers, what we tend to do is we go to places and we try to see the humanity in it all in order to bridge a gap of peace through the humor, through the humanization, through being able to talk to people from different cultures. If we constantly peddle the same sort of narratives that are always pushed on Western media, what then tends to happen is what you're seeing happen in the world right now, where everything is being bombed by every.
No, like, look, previous legal protections like the 1964 and 2004 constitutions and ministries dedicated to women affairs have been abolished and replaced. So yeah, they did actually used to have women's rights, or at least some type of women's rights, but now Taliban gained full control. Done.
Everyone and everything, and that's not really what we want to do now, because of the power of the internet and the ability to hold the entire universe in your hand. You have travel YouTubers spawning from all walks of life, influencers who are now using this little device to start documenting their lives, and they're seeing that this whole news narrative that we've been pushed our entire lives is false, because you attract what it is that you put out into the world. And so if you're going into these places and you are coming from a lens of coming to enjoy this place, experience it, etc., you'll get a completely different thing than if you're coming.
So just to be clear, all right, look, I'm sorry.
Oh, I get that. I mean, if you're coming there to try to understand the people and get down and, get along with the culture, then yeah, you're going to find out a lot more if you just come in here going like, you should give women's rights. You guys should be ashamed of yourselves. How could you do this to the children? And I'm like, yeah, I feel you, bro, but that's going to get your ass kicked up out that country. And they're not going to tell you anything. You're to gain no understanding. And you're just going to have an overlying bias and hatred for these people, which, I mean, I guess is reasonable, I guess.
Just to interrupt you, but just to be clear, did you see girls going to school? Did you see women going to university? Did you see women playing sport at representative level? What did you see that you broadcast to the world on your channel?
We did go to schools. We did go into family homes where the women were very happy from what we saw.
In their family homes?
In their family homes, yeah. They have a different society, okay? Maybe they're.
Well, you don't think they wanted to go to school and university? They don't want to.
They're
all quite happy.
In many different places in the world, many women want many things, right?
No, I'm just asking you, in your experience in Afghanistan with the Taliban, your experience was women are quite happy to be stuck at home.
I mean, yes, actually. I know it's hard to hear this, guys. But yes, I mean, some women are actually very proud to hold true to their faith, and they don't believe that they should be outside the house. I mean, this is how their mind has been conditioned, okay? Like, you guys got to understand that this is how they're conditioned. This is how they want to live. And not all of them, but a majority of them. I mean, you see that's why they're willingly staying out of the camera. Sometimes you can try to invite the woman on camera, and they won't do it because they're oppressed to do. No, they do it because they're conditioned to. So it's not oppression, it's conditioning.
Able to go to school or university. That's your takeaway from the Taliban regime.
When you want to word it like that to sensationalize it,
it's true. It's actually true. Those are facts.
Right, but you've been.
Have I been?
Yeah.
No, but funnily enough, Yalda has. So let me bring Yalda in here. Yalda, just for those who don't know your story, I do. But just very quickly summarize. You were born in Kabul. What happened to you?
Well, Piers, I find it sort of quite extraordinary, actually, and frankly quite emotional listening to Arab or Addison, whatever you call yourself, speak there about women being happy, being locked up in their homes in Afghanistan. One of the reasons I became
I mean, let's be real. I mean, they could be happy doing that. It's hard for me to imagine it, but due to me seeing how Muslims get down over here and how they can carry those practices even over here, even when they get to America with more freedoms and all that, they still choose to wear the burqa completely, not be in photos or anything like that. So I can't even really say that it's the Taliban's fault. Sometimes they come over here and do the same damn thing. And like I say, conditioning.
Journalist is because I, as a young girl growing up in Australia, and my family were pushed out of Afghanistan because of the Soviet invasion of the country, I saw what happened to young Afghan girls during Taliban 1.0. The fact that they weren't allowed to go to school, the fact that no one knew in the outside world. And you're absolutely right, Arab, when you talk about having mobile phones now where these things can be documented. So today's Taliban is frankly no different to the Taliban of the 1990s. But the difference is we now know what they're doing. We can now document the fact that they aren't allowing girls to go to school. I myself come.
Now, here's the thing, and this is going to sound wreck when I'm about to tell y'all, but I mean, can we ignore the whole women's right thing to get along with the Taliban? Is it possible for us to look past? I'm just for peaceful reasons. Can we just look past that and be happy that our women don't got to go through that? I mean, is that possible for us to enter that realm of thinking?
From a position of privilege.
Or is like, yo, Set, you tripping, bro, you're asking too much.
Because I was able to be educated in the West. My family raised me in Australia, and I became a journalist because one of the reasons was because of what I saw Afghan girls go through in Afghanistan. But the shtick here for these people, Piers, and frankly, it is a shtick. Go to dangerous places and glorify what's going on there, and frankly, because it's not a hellhole they have to live in.
Yeah, I mean, I just find it incredible, Arab. You were surrounded by men, and you don't seem to understand what's actually happening there because they don't want you to understand. Or worse, you totally understand, but there's no money in it for you in telling the actual truth. The money is in being part of the Taliban. The money is in being part of the Taliban.
Here's the thing, though. We do have a crazy framing of how women live in these Muslim countries, and you'd be quite surprised. I mean, I remember the little video that some guy went into Iran, and Iran was definitely more freer to, I mean, look, women got way more rights in Iran than Afghanistan. We could just get that out the way right now. The only problem is, though, the whole veiled and unveiled thing. There's certain areas in Iran where you can be veiled. You have to be veiled, and certain parts where you can be unveiled because they're more liberal parts. Afghanistan, I mean, it's through and through.
Propaganda machine. We've all got these guys wrong. They're the nicest people you'll ever meet. They gave me a nice meal. They took me to meet.
I mean, let's be real. They probably would be nice to a man. If you're going over there as a man, yeah, they'll accept you. White man, black man, don't matter. Arab man, don't matter. Especially if you're an American. Let's be real. The Taliban knows better than to hurt an American citizen or to even hold us hostage, because we will come through and bomb them for just one of us. Like, come on now, guys. So the Taliban knows better. So yes, we can expect good behavior from them and for them to be nice to us. Now, to accept their ideals, never. But for them to show hospitality, well, it's part of their religion.
They're women in the homes. Do you not understand that you've been used here? One thing that I have in common with Harry and Meghan is that we all value privacy.
Nah, the dude on the end low-key was thinking like, should I have hopped up on here? Because Pierce was supposed to have a conversation with these cats, but he ended up just kind of like, berating them. Let's keep it real. yeah, opposed to have a conversation, end up just going at their necks. And I'm just like, huh, crazy.
In a way, of course, you are used. Yeah, because you have a platform and you have the ability to shift perspective. And that's why we do what we do. Now, you might look at it, you go, okay, you're humanizing and you're glorifying. No, since the beginning of time in media, there have been people that go to places, and now the tide of journalism is changing. Old journalism is no longer a thing. New journalism is going through.
You're not doing journalism, Arab. Do me a bloody favor, mate. You're not doing.
I've been to Haiti.
You're not doing journalism.
Warlords in Haiti.
You're a travel PR for the Taliban.
Cartel. I've been to the top favela leaders.
Whoopie-doo. Whoopie-doo. A journalist goes to Afghanistan, mate, and they report the truth.
I mean, whoa. Piers. He went, come on now. That is journalism. Just because bro went there and didn't do what you wanted him to do, pretty much just what? You want him to insult their entire culture in front of them? Where was that going to get the young man? You basically tell him to go over there and damn near commit suicide. It's like, what? You might as well go tell him to hang himself at that point. Yeah, go over to the Taliban and tell them how they should free their women, let them out the house, let them dress however. Yeah, like, how's that going to work, buddy? Or go over to Haiti and tell them gangs that, well, really Haiti's ran by gangs at this point. Not one gang, but multiple gangs. But go over there and tell them, yo, stop eating your people and cut all this gang stuff. No, they're going to put you in the ground and cook your ass. It's like, you got to come over there and play nice. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe that's why Pierce don't go into these other countries. Because if he's coming with that energy, Pierce is gonna die, and I would not want that for that man. Like, come on.
But the reality is that other journalists have never been able to reach these top levels.
You're not a journalist.
They always come in with some sort of specific.
I'm sure if I said to the Taliban, "Hey guys, well, what I'm going to do is come and say what a lovely place it is and what nice guys you are and why the women all love to be at home and not at school and university or playing sport," I'm sure they go, "Oh, that's great, Piers.
Great.
Come to our country and we'll take good care of you." Let me bring in
what I said.
Let me bring in Harry. Well, you pretty much did say. I saw the video. Harry, you're English. You went to Afghanistan in 2023. You say you.
Hey man, if a house is considered a cage, hey, it is what it is.
Found the Taliban to be shockingly friendly. Let's take a look at a clip of you there with a local Afghan child.
What do they want to be when they're older?
Huh? Soldiers.
Mujahid?
Jihad.
Oh, wow.
Who wants to be Mujahid?
I remember that word. Wow, amazing.
I said the war is over. Why do you want to be Mujahid?
Does that mean the soldier?
Yeah, soldier.
Oh, wow. Is he educated in normal other subjects?
Nope.
In the madrasa, they study only religion. No mathematics, no science.
Nothing.
No computer.
Wow. Nothing. Just the Quran. All they do is read the Quran and prepare to be soldiers just in case. Because, well, you know, the Taliban is a very weird group of people. It's almost like they're like scarred people of war. Like that's all they know is war against anybody who tries to threaten their extreme Muslim lifestyle. Which is damn near why I say, yeah, let's leave these guys alone. Let them do what they do. Maybe further on down the line, they'll gain women's rights. I mean, we came to it when nobody bothered us. We didn't start off with women's rights. I don't know. Let them get to it. Man, give them like 50 years or so.
Oh, so that's all they do. They just read the Quran all day. Yeah. That's super interesting.
Super interesting. And they were shockingly friendly. Didn't see many women there, Harry. Were they all being happy at home, or what was the deal?
I feel like you've taken a lot of content and you've just nitpicked like the only negative interaction I've had.
You posted it.
I ain't gonna lie, I'd have been a dick. I'd have been like, yes, Pierce, she's happy at home, chilling in her burqa, cooking for the 5 to 7 kids that they have on average. Yes, Pierce, she's very happy. Like, bruh.
Hey.
Yeah, but there was I filmed 3 hours.
I'm not here to post every single minute of content you've ever put up.
No,
I've chosen an example of something which a little bit like Arab. I think what the trouble is with you tally bros, which is a disgusting term anyway, is that what you're doing, and you may not even realize it, or maybe you do. Like I say, I don't know. Only you know your motivation. But you're going in there saying the Taliban are shockingly friendly. The Taliban are shockingly disgusting.
I mean, yeah. So what am I supposed? I would have to ask Pierce. So I go in there, they treat me well, they feed me, they house me, they show me around their country. I'm supposed to be disgusted by that? Like, bro, what are you saying? I'd have been very confused. Like, bro, what are you saying? You're pretty much telling me they're supposed to show me all this hospitality. I'm supposed to spit on it and say you're disgusting? Like, nah, I'm sorry. I I personally wouldn't have done that.
One of the most repressive regimes, particularly for women, that we've ever seen. And it arguably, second time round, they're worse than they were first time round. And as a result, women are trapped in the home. They cannot go out. They cannot go to school.
No,
they cannot go to university. They cannot represent their country at sport.
True.
The whole thing's a bloody disgrace. And there's you Talibros dancing around with the Taliban. Like this.
I mean, here's the thing, though. Is it just about women's rights? And I know. You're like, "Say, are you for real?" And I'm like, "No, I'm dead ass. Is this just about women's rights? Like I said, can we not look past this? Like, can we just be happy that we got women's rights in our country? And can our women be happy instead of trying to go in there now feminists? You know what? I'll give y'all a challenge. If you care so much about women's rights, then why don't y'all go into the Taliban and try doing that protesting there and see how that works out? Like, please try that. Because, I mean, is it that serious, Pierce? Is it really all like, so they're disgusting? And I mean, I'll be real with you. How they treat women is low-key disgusting in my taste too. But can we not look past that since they're treating us nice? Like, we can go over there, we can visit them. And all we got to do is not sit there and talk about women's rights. I mean, can you get over it for like a week in Afghanistan?
It's all a bit of a party. Like it's all a bit of fun, Harry. So justify yourself.
So if I was to not go to a country because
And we cannot complain about child soldiers when we got kids out here with 14 years old with AK-47s. Well, not AK-47, sorry, but AR-15s and have guns by themselves. I mean, what you mean? We got child soldiers here. It's called taking your kid hunting with you.
don't agree with some of the rules and regulations.
What do you think? You're a journalist too, or not?
I'm not saying that.
What do you think you are?
You're interrupting me, Piers. So if I was to not travel, I'm a YouTuber. I'm a content creator.
Okay.
I just travel and I document what I see. I went to Afghanistan with zero agenda. I'm not working for anyone. I work for myself.
Yeah, honestly, I'll consider bro more of a journalism than Pierce. I'd be like, Pierce, why don't you go there into the Taliban and say this to their face and see how that works out for you? Or you're gonna go there and play just like these guys did.
Zero agenda, and I filmed what I saw, and what I saw was they were nice to me. Were they nice to me for a reason because I'm making content? Of course they were. I realize that, but I can only tell you what I saw. I can't tell you what was going on behind closed doors or anything. Do I agree with all their rules? Of course I don't. I've been to North Korea. Do I agree with their rules? Yes. Absolutely not. But I saw what I saw and I had a positive experience. So am I going to tell you I had a negative experience? No.
Well, tell me some negative things about the Taliban while I've got you.
Of course, I don't agree with how they treat women. Of course I don't.
What do you think of the way they treat women? Speaking as a Taliban,
I'm not gonna not travel to Afghanistan because.
Tell me what you really think of the way the Taliban treat women.
Well, I didn't go to. I didn't go to
I'm
Afghanistan.
asking you right now. Tell me what you think of the way. It's not funny.
No, it is funny. I'm not gonna lie, bro. You kind of. It's funny because you're hardlining on the women thing, and I'm just like, well, what about like somebody said in the chat? What about the child soldiers? I mean, you see child soldiers there. I mean, what about them? Is it just about the women? They turn the little boys into kid soldiers. Like, what about that? All right. Look, my bad. Let's get back to it.
So I don't know why you're laughing. I'm just challenging you to tell the truth. Look at you all laughing.
It is
the pair of you, not all. I'll come to no in a moment. Just to be clear, none of this is funny. It might be funny to you two, and that's fine. And you get your clicks, and you make your money, and you make your money propping up an evil regime. That's funny to you. It's not funny to me, and it's not funny to Yalda, who has run a foundation.
I mean, I would have to ask Pierce. I'm like, Pierce, so you're telling me if I go to Afghanistan right now, I'm not going to meet one woman that's not happy to be in that house in that burqa. She don't care about school or nothing. All she care about is Islam and her husband. I mean, it's wild to think about, but you're telling me I'm just going to find a woman that's just all of them are going to be unhappy? And then who's to say our way of life is just going to make them ultimately happy? I'm just saying. And then let's be real, guys. We gave our women's rights a while ago, and the Muslim countries have been looking at us ever since. And did we give them the best example of what women's rights can do for us? I mean, no, guys, take a genuine analysis right now of what we've shown through women's rights, like women's suffrage, sexual revolution, feminism, all this stuff. Like, come on, guys. Can we really blame them? Like, let's be real. They really showed them the best example of what women's rights can do for a country. I mean, I'll leave y'all to answer that one.
A brilliant foundation for a long period of time, helping poor young girls in Afghanistan who are being repressed in the most shocking, disgusting manner. So let me.
Oh yeah, shout out Galactic. Yeah, shout out my man Galactic, man. Appreciate you. He says peer supports Saudis and they try treat their women terribly too. Yeah, well, they do treat their women terribly too. So, like I say, it's like picking and choosing. It's like, all right, well, you don't like the Taliban, but you're okay with the Saudis, so you ain't gonna speak on how the Saudi treat their women. I mean, they do some wild things too now. All Muslim countries like low key kind of like let's be real. Women here, if they figure out they truly know what goes down in most of the Muslim countries, they would be appalled. Like especially the younger generation of women, they would probably be a little bit more appreciative of how they got in America if you showed them how other women or young women got in other countries like Afghanistan.
And go to Yalda. Look, I just find the attitude of these.
And really think about this, guys. I mean, so this is going to sound so effed up when I say it, but I apologize in advance. So think about it like this. We put women in the workforce. I mean, we've educated them and, well, they've educated themselves. And what did that give us? Not really. What did this give us, guys? I mean, we got lower wages. We got feminism. We got, well, more women that rather be single or working in the workforce, the women who actually want to build family. We got declining birth rates. Do you not think these Arab countries look at that and be like, huh? I mean, the Americans gave their women's rights and let them go to school. And look how that worked out for them. I'm just saying. I'm just putting that idea out there. I may not agree with it, but it was just a wild thought that I had if I was like one of them Muslim leaders. And I'm like, you want me to give women's rights? How'd that work out for y'all? Why should I do it? Just saying.
Ali bros, almost offensive as the propaganda they spew out.
Bros.
You are a Taliban, bro, whether you like it or not. Yalda, your response to Harry, who thinks the Taliban are all just shockingly friendly to him.
Well, the fact that they think they're friendly or they're laughing about the situation just shows the extreme privilege. Being a Westerner, frolicking around these places because you think you can, frankly. And the women of these countries, and especially Afghanistan, in the 21st century, it is the only country on the planet that, as a matter of policy, the de facto government has decided that girls and women should not go to school and should not go to university. The fact that they won't allow mothers to take their children to parks. But I'm glad you guys were having a good time. And as far as having access to the top aspects.
So what, they were supposed to have a bad time because the women weren't? Like, I mean, I'm so confused of what the argument is here. Is like, so I'm glad you were having a good time while women over there suffering. I'm like, well, damn, what did you guys want me to do? Start liberating women?
Of the leadership of the Taliban, I have sat down with members of the Haqqani network, one of the most brutal wings of the militant wings of the Taliban, where different points in the last 20 years when the allied forces were in the country, they at any given time they would launch a suicide attack in the center of Kabul and kill up to 100 people. So the fact that you guys think maybe the country is now safe because the Taliban are no longer launching suicide attacks on the country, or you somehow think this is the culture of a country, the fact that they're repressing and oppressing women, and then you think it's actually funny when you talk about it, is frankly a disgrace.
Yeah, and Harry, let me just remind you, I don't know if you know this, but in November 2022, the Taliban announced a new slate of extreme law.
So I would actually, so how did that work out for you? So you sat in front of these guys and what? You tell them how bad they are towards women? Did you sneak a couple women out of Afghanistan? Like what? You're mad that you went there searching for problems and they went there, well, searching for a good time, and they were informed, they got to see the lifestyle, they got to kick it with the Taliban. It's like, I don't know. I can't really see what the problem here is. This kind of sounds like they just want them. They're just mad that they went to the Taliban and didn't paint a bad picture of it. It's like, so you're telling me if I go to, I don't know, let's say I do F around and go to like Gaza or something. If I don't come back paint Hamas as a villain, bro, they're going to crucify me. Well, media-wise.
Laws banned women from parks and gyms, reintroduced public flogging and executions. Like I say, barred women from university grounds and tutoring centres, and stoning. We will flog the women. We will stone them to death in public, said the Taliban's supreme leader in an audio message issued in March 2024. I didn't see any of that in your YouTube content. I mean, did it not make the edit, or did you not want to look for that stuff?
Huh? Whoa. Wait. How would he even catch that?
Stone them to death in public, said the Taliban's supreme leader in an audio message issued in March 2024. I didn't see any of that in your YouTube content? I mean, did it not make the edit, or did you not want to look for that stuff?
So you wanted me to go out there and look for women getting stoned? Like, bro, what? And then here's the thing. I mean, most women are already conditioned in that lifestyle. So they're not too pressed to go outside, especially if they know it's going to be with the consequence of getting stoned. Like, trust me. I mean, like really, girls, would you really go out there and try to disrespect the Afghanistani and like the Taliban's laws if it meant that you were going to get stoned? And I'm talking about they tie you to a pole and throw rocks at you. It's like, that's just not it. Come on now. Like, that's ridiculous, Pierce. Like, why would they go looking for women getting stoned? And especially if all the women are in cages.
No,
Again, not funny. No, stonings aren't funny.
Right.
So try and
No,
take it a bit more seriously.
No, it's funny because it's just like, bro, on the premise is like, so I was supposed to go looking for stoning? Like, bro, what are you saying?
You keep laughing as if it's all a big joke.
No, I find it funny how an amazing country, there's 40 million people in Afghanistan, and obviously they don't all support the Taliban, and I absolutely do not support them. And I think the funny thing is that we're on the same page in that I don't agree with any of these things, of course, but you're making it seem like I do agree with them. And
bro, you're a fella, bro, and you put women in cages, don't you?
Didn't you say to a young girl back in your cage in one of your
like clearly
videos?
sarcasm? Like it was so obviously sarcasm.
It's not sarcastic it's not funny or sarcastic for the women who are literally in cages right now.
And women who are being stoned to death in Afghanistan probably don't share your glib sense of humor about it. Let me bring in Nolan. So Nolan, you got a slightly more nuanced take, thankfully. Let's play a clip of what you put up.
I'm gonna be honest, and this is gonna come at no surprise, but it's a complete sausage fest in here. I got all these gentlemen surrounding me, but never in my life have I been surrounded by women. Hello, sir. Good to meet you. I'm good. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. I'm gonna need some hand sanitizer. This hand is getting a little touchy. Maybe we could go play some volleyball. I have like a huge team of people I could play volleyball with. Seal and his Legion of Doom. Oh my god. Oh my god. That was funny. I don't know why his friend hit him. I have a new name.
Like, oh my goodness, a white man.
For my posse. It's a Seal and his Legion of Doom. Where are we going? Me and my Legion of Doom are gonna go play volleyball. We're gonna kick some ass because we just have numbers, you know.
So let me ask you, clearly very few women again. You know, do you understand that all of you guys in different ways are helping the Taliban with the content that you largely put up? Or are you prepared now, for example, to be completely condemnatory about everything the Taliban regime stands for, from your own experience? Many of us carry around bulky.
I mean, let's be real. It just goes to show that, I guess you can't listen to American fear mongering on these travel bans, because I guess you can go to Taliban and be cool. I'm sorry, but Afghanistan and everything works out well. Actually, man, look, they'll house you, they'll feed you, they'll show you around and all that good stuff. You know, but they'll keep you away from the women in cages and being stoned. So don't expect to see that.
And how I helped the Taliban. I don't quite understand how Harry would have helped the Taliban. I think you guys came down pretty hard on him. The fact of the matter is, when you travel to Afghanistan, I know Harry and I know his content, and he just wanted to be a tourist and he just wanted to document what the country's currently like. And when you're a tourist in Afghanistan, you can't avoid the Taliban. You're always going through Taliban checkpoints, and you're always being invited to talk and have tea with them. Regardless, if you fundamentally disagree with their beliefs, which I personally do, it's unavoidable.
Yeah.
Sorry, can you return to your original question?
Well, would you happily condemn the Taliban regime now?
No, and no. I didn't in my content.
Wow. That's my point. That's my point. So you guys are getting used because.
Condemn them for what? Like feeding, housing them, like showing them around, being cool with them. Like you want to condemn them for showing them a good time. It's not like, bro, if the Taliban walked around bragging that they're putting women in cages and stoning them and just showing it to them, okay, yeah, they probably come back shaking up like, yo, yeah, these guys are evil. But no, they went out there and showed them a good ass time, and I kicked it with kids that are preparing to be jihadists, sadly.
possible for any rational human being not to condemn the Taliban.
Harry did. I think Harry and Arab, in certain circumstances when you travel in Afghanistan, you know, a lot of people try to travel to this country and be very apolitical. It's hard to ignore what's going on there, but some people truly just want to see the beauty of this country. But regardless, you can't move through this country without being meeting the Taliban, being involved, going through their checkpoints, even being invited to sit down and have tea with them.
Right, but the reason you're not prepared to condemn the regime is, I assume, because you may want to go back. You may want to go back there, and you know what may happen to you if you do.
I was one of the only YouTubers who actually came forward and talked about the current state of women's rights. It wasn't the clips you just showed. That was more me kind of having fun with the situation at hand, with I had 100 gentlemen following me, but there was many moments where I was in public spaces that women couldn't frequent, and I decided I wanted to comment on this.
Okay.
There are also many times, Pierce, in the content where I went to a women's market and sarcastically, the same way she saw me say, "Get back in the cage," I started wearing the burqas and laughing at how oppressed is the word that you would use, but how covered the women are and how they treat them. But you wouldn't show that clip.
Well, okay, well, here's your chance.
A little piece and then call us Talibros when that word isn't even for us.
So do you condemn? You are known as the Talibros, whether you like it or not, because if people think you're...
Now, you kind of went against your argument on saying that, you know, you say all women are oppressed, but I wouldn't use that word. I would say conditioned. They're conditioned to think this is okay, because if you actually go in there, I'm pretty sure some women are absolutely perfect with not being able to go to school and staying home all day, burqa'd up with their children. Like, I can see them getting down with the get down like that.
Being used as a propaganda tool, and I can quite understand why. I mean, I'll ask you, Arab, again. Arab, just to be clear, do you condemn the Taliban regime unreservedly?
I don't go around the world and condemn people.
Okay, great. And you've answered my question.
Because of my job.
No, you don't get a do-over.
My job is to sit with some of the
do-over.
deadliest
You either condemn evil regimes or you don't. You've made your position clear.
With some of the
Your content is more important to you than telling the truth.
As much as I can about their personality.
Sure.
That's what I
mean, I have to hit them with the Pierce. If they're oh so evil, then why am I?